I don't know why.
Hi guys, what's up? It's Summer. Welcome or perhaps welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Asian Readathon that I am so super excited to be participating in, and I'm so sorry if this video ends up being super late and you end up watching this in the middle of May, but at least you're watching it, right? Right? Okay, so let's just go ahead and jump into the books. Also, I want to make mention that I will be leaving resources in my description box that I have found in ways to be able to help the Pakistanians that are experiencing, or honestly, after I started reading a little bit more stuff and actually trying to educate myself on this, have been experiencing this form of terrorism for so long. So please make sure to check out those resources. I just wanted to make sure that I did acknowledge the situation, and I did make notice to it. And for those of you that may not be aware, I personally live in America, but just in general, no matter where you live, if you're able to obviously watch this on a device, that is something that is happening and has been happening. And obviously there has been a lot of bombings, and it's literally horrible, and it's not okay, and it's pure genocide happening in our sight, modern day time. And yeah, I'm gonna be leaving resources down below, so please take the time to look at that. I'd really appreciate it. I know I'm a small creator, but that would just mean a lot. The first book I have here is called Dear Girls by Ali Rong, and this is a nonfiction book by the comedian Ali Rong, and I actually have already read this book, but this basically is a book that she wrote to her girls in order to tell them about giving birth and sexual experiences and all the stuff that she never had told to her. She wants her children to have the opportunity to hear that from her, just in case something happens to her or just in general. So I thought it was really sweet that she made this into a book. The next book I have here is Zara Hosan is here, and so this is about a 17-year-old girl living in Texas, and she is an immigrant from Pakistan, and she and her family are focusing on getting they've been in the process of trying to get their green card for so long. And her father works as a doctor, and so he was allowed to come to America on a work visa in order to give Americans what they want, because you know how Americans just be using people, okay? But yet when they find themselves in a sense of a form of a hate crime, we see how very quickly things are taken away from them. And yeah, like I said, I completely finished reading this book. I thought this book was such a good book. If you have not had the chance to get this book, or for your library to get this book, or I'm just telling y'all, this is a good book. Next book I have here is The Ones We're Meant to Find. I have no idea what this book is about, but it's the cover for me. I mean, really, if you saw this cover, would you not pick this up? Would you not pick this up? I mean, honestly, but I think it's about this girl named Cece, and I think that she finds herself on an abandoned island. Maybe she's gotten kidnapped or something of that sort, and she is trying to find her sister. I'm not really sure what all is going on in this story. This might be the story that people were saying is Black Mirror meets The Lying Game, or Black Mirror meets something. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna read it regardless because this cover is gorgeous. Alright, so the next book I have here is The Last Story of Minali, and so this is about a girl who doesn't have the best relationship with her mom, and her mother is a Korean immigrant, I do believe, and so she doesn't really understand her mother's life, and so she still kind of resents her mom for a lot of the things that her mom couldn't provide for her, and her mom not having good English and all of this sort, to my knowledge. And I've been reading this book now, and by the way, I will be having a Asian Readathon vlog. If you guys would like to check that out, that will be in the eye here when I posted it. But yeah, so that's basically the concept of this story, and she ends up finding, since she does not have good communication with her mother, she does end up finding her mother dead, and her mother has been left like that for days. And so this story is basically just going through the life of her mother, and I kind of think it's really interesting because I didn't know this at first, but I'm pretty sure the name of the story is actually because of her mom. Her mom's name is actually minali, I believe. So yeah, moving on to the next story. The next story I have is Parachutes, and this is by Kelly Yang, and I've heard Bookish Rome rave about this book. So when I saw that this book was available, I don't know if you guys can see, it says new from my library. When I saw this book was available, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this book. I think that this book deals with two families living together, and it's they don't like each other, but they don't understand the other side of the story. And I believe one of the girls has been sexually assaulted, so it deals with concepts of that as well. So the next book I have, well, I'm going to count these as one, or technically it's two, but I never got to fully finish reading Anna K. Love Story. I forgot what I ended up reading instead, but it was around the time where I was having like classes and everything like that and work and stuff. So I'm really hoping to be able to read these two together and get that like bam effect of it. Now I am more eager to finish reading my other books in this stash before I get to these, but I do want to make it a point to be able to read these in general, so super excited for that. The next book I have here is I Am Malala. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but I believe this is about the girl, the youngest activist, the true story of the educated, it says this. The true story of the education activist and youngest ever Nobel Prize winner. So I believe that this is about the young girl in Pakistan who was refused an education or something of that sort, and she ended up being shot, and she lived and she was able to tell through her story. And I honestly do not know much more through that, but I cannot wait to be able to tell you guys what I do learn when I do read this book, because I am so excited to finally be able to get into this book, because I've heard such great things about it. I've even heard that they have made a young adult version for younger children to be able to read, or a younger kid version for younger children to be able to read, so I'm so happy about that. So moving on to the next book. I also got the A Burning, which I'm not really sure fully what this book is about. I've heard that it has more political aspects than anything, but I think that you follow 3 different points of views, but I will be letting you guys know when I finish this book what this book is fully about. So the next book I have here is Pachinko, and I'm really excited to finally get into this book. I'm not 100% sure what all this book is about, but I believe that it's about a woman that it's a historical fiction, and I know it's like in the 1900s, and she ends up having a child by this very wealthy man, and I think some things end up happening where she ends up having to keep the child away from this wealthy man, and we experience like her life stories and the lengths that she will go through to like protect her child and to ensure that, you know, she still has a right to her child. Like I'm not really sure, you guys. I'm ready to get into it. Don't blame me, don't judge me, I don't know, but I'm really excited to like actually get into the story. The next book I'm hoping to read is If I Had Your Face, and I'm not really sure what all this book is about. I know that it mingles into conversations about beauty as well as wealth, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I'm just pretty much going into it blindly, and plus just a title like that, come on, don't act like you're not interested, right? So the next book I'm going to be reading, hopefully when I do eventually get it from my library or through audiobook, is going to be This Is How You Lose the Time War. And again, this is another book that I'm not really sure anything about, but I'm really interested, and heard a lot of good things on Goodreads from it, and I will be reading the audiobook for this, but I would like to have the physical book to be able to follow along, because I am one of those. I am so sorry, but I am one of those. So yes, this is all for my Asian readathon. I'm super excited, and I hope to get to a lot of these books. I am trying to make sure that I prioritize the Asian books for Asian readathon specifically, just because honestly, like, I do need to do better in making sure that my reading has different forms of diversity. That's just something that I personally would like to have into my reading to enjoy in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you guys are participating. Can't talk. Please let me know if you guys are participating in the Asian readathon. I would love to know what books that you are going to be reading. I also wanted to read Rent a Boyfriend, but I did not put it on hold because other people were already waiting, and I already have so many books that I want to get through for May. So that was just a short little yeah, thank you guys again for so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, follow me on my Goodreads and my socials, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.